Think you know budgeting? What if I told you that the most popular method might actually be holding you back without you even knowing it? In this video, we will look at the most common ways people budget their money, and then I will reveal an unexpected winner that could change everything for you. By the end, you will know exactly how to take control of your money without feeling trapped or guilty. Let us begin by talking about the most famous budgeting methods you have probably heard of. The first one is called zero-based budgeting. With this method, you give every single dollar a job. You start with the money you earn in a month, and you subtract everything you need to spend and save until you reach zero. Nothing is left over. It is very detailed and gives you complete control, but it can also feel exhausting because you have to track every tiny purchase. The second popular method is the 50-30-20 rule. This one is much simpler. You divide your money into 3 big buckets. 50% of your money goes to needs, like rent, groceries, and bills. 30% goes to wants, like eating out, movies, or new clothes. And the last 20% goes to savings and paying off debt. This method is easy to remember, but sometimes the percentages do not fit your real life. For example, if you live in an expensive city, your needs might take more than 50%. The third method is called the envelope system. This is where you take cash and put it into different envelopes for different spending categories like food, transportation, and fun. When an envelope is empty, you cannot spend any more money in that category until the next month. This method works very well if you struggle with overspending, but it is hard to use in a world where most people pay with cards or phones. The fourth method is pay yourself first. This means that as soon as you get paid, you move money into savings and investments before you pay for anything else. Then, whatever is left is yours to spend freely on needs and wants. This method builds wealth automatically, but it does not give you much help if you have trouble controlling daily spending. Now that we have looked at the most common methods, how do we decide which one is actually the best? To find the unexpected winner, we need to judge each method by 3 simple rules. The first rule is simplicity. Can an 8-year-old understand it without getting a headache? The second rule is flexibility. Does it break apart when something unexpected happens, like a car repair or a birthday gift? The third rule is long-term sustainability. Can you do this for years without feeling burned out or guilty every time you spend money? Most traditional methods fail at least one of these rules. Zero-based budgeting is not simple. It is hard work every single day. The envelope system is not flexible. What happens if you run out of food money, but you still need groceries? The 50-30-20 rule is simple, but it is not flexible for people whose lives do not fit into those exact percentages. Pay yourself first is great for savings, but it does not help people who overspend on wants. So what is the unexpected winner? It is called, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel so you do not miss any of our simple financial tips. It is called anti-budgeting or the one-number budget. This method flips everything upside down. Instead of tracking every single expense, you focus on only one number. That number is how much you will save or invest each month. You decide that number first based on your goals. Then, you automatically move that money to savings and investments as soon as you get paid. Everything else that remains in your account is yours to spend without guilt. There are no categories, no envelopes, and no tracking every coffee or candy bar. Why does this method win for so many people? First, it is incredibly simple. You only have to track one thing. Did you save your target amount? Yes or no? An 8-year-old can understand that. Second, it is very flexible. If you spend more on food one week, you just spend less on something else later. The system does not care because it only looks at the one savings number. Third, it is sustainable. You do not have to feel bad every time you buy something fun. As long as you hit your savings goal, the rest is yours to enjoy. This reduces stress and helps you stick with it for years. Let me give you an example to make it even clearer. Imagine you earn $1,000 each month. You decide that your one number is to save $200. As soon as you get paid, you automatically move those $200 to a savings account or investment account. The remaining $800 sit in your spending account. You can use that $800 for rent, food, phone bill, movies, pizza, anything you want. You do not have to track each dollar. You only have to make sure that you do not spend more than $800 before your next paycheck. That is it. Now you might be thinking, what if I spend too much and run out of money before the month ends? That is a fair question. And the answer is that your brain will learn very quickly. The first time you run out of money early, you will remember that feeling. Next month, you will naturally spend a little less on things you do not really need. You do not need a strict budget to teach you that. Real life teaches you better than any envelope ever could. So how do you actually start using this winning method today? Step 1. Look at your income. How much money do you usually get each month after taxes? Write that number down. Step 2. Decide on your one number. This is the amount you will save or invest first. A good starting goal is to save 10 to 20% of your income. If you're in $1,000, try to save $100 to $200. If that feels impossible, start with 5% or even 1%. The most important thing is to start. Step 3. Make it automatic. Go into your banking app and set up an automatic transfer that happens on the same day you get paid. This way, you never have to think about it. The money moves by itself. Step 4. Spend the rest freely but wisely. You do not have to track every penny, but you should check your account once a week to make sure you're not going to run out before the next paycheck. Step 5. Celebrate your wins. Every time you successfully save your one number for 3 months in a row, give yourself a small reward. That could be a nice meal or a movie night. This keeps you motivated. Let me share a quick story about someone who used this method. A friend of mine was terrible at budgeting. She tried every app and every envelope system, but she always gave up after a few weeks. She felt guilty every time she bought a coffee or ordered takeout. Then she switched to the anti-budgeting method. She decided to save 15% of her income automatically. The rest she could spend on anything. At first, she was scared that she would waste all her money. But something surprising happened. Without strict rules, she actually started spending less on things she did not really care about. She realized she did not need fancy coffee every day. She saved that money for bigger things like travel and concerts. Within 1 year, she had saved over $5,000 without ever feeling deprived. The method worked because it worked with her brain instead of fighting against it. Now, you might be wondering if this method works for everyone. No method is perfect for every single person. If you have very serious spending problems or a lot of debt, you might need a stricter system like zero-based budgeting for a few months. But for the majority of people, especially those who feel overwhelmed by detailed budgets, the anti-budgeting method is the unexpected winner. It gives you freedom, not punishment. It builds wealth automatically, and it is simple enough for anyone to understand. Let's do a quick recap. We looked at zero-based budgeting, the 50-30-20 rule, the envelope system, and pay yourself first. We judged them on simplicity, flexibility, and long-term sustainability. Then we revealed the unexpected winner, anti-budgeting, where you only focus on one number. That number is how much you save or invest first. The rest you can spend freely. We also walked through 5 simple steps to start using this method today. If this video helped you think about budgeting in a new way, please share it with your friends and family. And I would love to hear from you in the comments. Have you tried any of these methods before? Which one worked best for you? Your experience could help someone else who is just getting started.